Are you interested in magic and manifestation, and you want to know what the real key to being a master magician and a manifester is? I'm going to be talking about that in this video. Before we get started, please take a second to like and subscribe. My name is Adam. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm doing some free breakthrough calls. There is a link pinned in the comment section below. These are really great 30-minute calls where we get on Zoom and we go over your vision for your future, what it is that you want to create, and then we get into what it is that's stopping you, what's blocking you, what's getting in your way, and then what can you do to iron out these issues so that you can live the life that you want to live as a magician and as a creator. So I talk a lot on my channel about embodiment for a number of reasons. One, because it's one of the things that has been most difficult for me to do, and also one of the things that's been most successful in my healing. And I'm going to talk a bit today about the relationship between embodiment and manifestation, the relationship between embodiment and magic, and why it's so important to let go of the vision and feel and embody it in order to create it. So embodiment is something that most people are very afraid of, especially sensitive people. And there's a trick here, because many times we're terrified of embodiment, yet all we want to do is manifest our vision. And then what happens is we spend all this time with vision boards and with incantations and with statements and with declarations and with belief and wanting and yearning, and the shit just doesn't come. Why? Because we're not here. We're not here to receive it. And if we're afraid of our body, then we're afraid of the present moment. And the present moment is where everything happens. The present moment is where everything happens, and the body is where the energy of what we want lands. We can't bring what we want down to earth and create it if we're not here to receive it. How many of you dream? How many of you fantasize? How many of you imagine all of these things that you want to create for yourselves, but they just kind of consistently bounce off? Or when you go to feel into what it's like to have them, there's like a fear and a restriction. Well, that's because your vessel, the vessel that is necessary to receive your gifts, your imagination, your creations, your future, is clogged up and blocked by a whole bunch of stuff. So what gets stuck in the body? Well, one, our past. Our past is in our body. You could read the book, The Body Keeps the Score. Every experience we have imprints in our nervous system, and it kind of clogs up our cells. It clogs up our brain, it clogs up our emotions, our neural networks. Everything gets wired to escape. And the thing with super creative, sensitive people is the stronger the imagination, the stronger the potential to create what you want, but also the more knots you can tie when you use the imagination or your fantasy to escape. So if you want to create your vision, if you want to create your life, you have to clear out your vessel. Most of the time, we get lost in fantasy and vision, and there's nothing wrong with fantasy. Fantasy is just reality that hasn't been created yet. But if we're too afraid to feel, if we're too afraid to face life, if we're too afraid to face our past, we can wave a magic wand all we want. We can envision things all we want. We can write statements on a board or on paper all we want, and it's not going to happen because we can't make the space to hold it. There are so many brilliant creators out there. There are so many really powerful magicians and light workers out there, and so many are stuck at this one point this one sticking point of not wanting to be on earth because it's so scary and painful. And this has been one of my life lessons too. Well, I have news for you. Things are changing. Things are shifting now. Things can heal so quickly, vibrationally, energetically, somatically. It's a matter of finding what is stuck in your nervous system. It's a matter of finding where the imprints from your childhood, where the belief systems from your childhood are still running in a very primitive, animalistic sort of way, taking you out of the moment and kind of subconsciously blocking you from going in the direction of that which you want. See, when you're embodied, when you're fully embodied, you don't have to wish so much. You don't have to dream so much. It actually turns into action. It turns into action because action is creation in 3D. Action is the realization of the magic and the vision and the fantasy that you have into 3D. But we get terrified of taking action because of fear, and also because if your body's not really healthy, action doesn't feel good. It feels like shit. It feels like you're just dragging like a dead elephant behind you. It feels like you're just pushing like an 18-wheeler truck with 19 flat tires up a hill in the snow, and no one wants to do that. But your body is, it's your electrical generating device. So the more you prioritize taking care of your body, the more you're able to create what you want, and the less you have to really think about it, because you just kind of are it. And then your manifestations just sort of show up. So where are you holding trauma? And where are you holding beliefs that the body is bad? The demonization of the body and physical and sensual pleasures is one of the most damning things ever to occur on the planet. And strangely, in the name of religion and spirituality, it's probably the single most anti-religious, true religious, and anti-spiritual thing you can do. Because you're literally like disavowing and disabling the device that allows spirituality to take form. That's the game on earth. It's to bring into form what it is you want to be. So I would very strongly look at your relationship with this thing. How are you judging it? I've had body issues my whole life. I've not liked the way I've looked. I've not liked the way I sound. I've not liked the tone of my voice. I've not liked so many things about it. And I've just judged it. And then it gets tired and I'm like, fuck you, fuck this piece of shit for being tired. I won't do what I want to do. And all of this just made it worse and worse and worse. It's a gift to like be physical. And like when you really embrace it, you start to feel good just in the moment, just for being. And then so many of those fantasies that you feel you need to create to be happy sort of melt away because you don't need them as much. You just feel good in the moment. And then you can create them. There's this saying in an autobiography of a yogi, it's like, don't do what you want and then do as you like. And like essentially what that means is it's kind of like breaking down all the attachments to all the ideas and concepts that we have of the things and the yearnings that we want. And then when we break that down enough and accept and love ourselves as we are, then you can create whatever you want. It's not about not having desire. It's just about not being so attached to it because you feel good now. It's like a combination of linking like health, eating, exercise, movement with emotion work, belief work, nervous system imprints, getting out of your sympathetic nervous system and understanding. It's not just like doing emotion work, it's understanding the emotions linked to your body. It's so important to get this message. That's the portal to everything that you want. It's the doorway to becoming an embodied magician, because you're running your magic through the now, through the physical now. The body is the 0 point for the moment in 3D. And if you don't love it, some part of you is not loving yourself. You might have, a lot of light workers, I've spent a lot of time wanting to be on some other planet and get the fuck out of here because it's too hard here. And I'm like, well, I could just go somewhere else and have a good time because this planet's a shit show. And there's an argument for that. But the argument to commit to being here now is because you are here. It's like a full commitment to you. And if you can't commit to you here, you're not going to commit to you there. It's about committing to you wherever you are. And the physicality is the embracement of that commitment to yourself and your self-love. Let me know how this goes. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, revelations, breakthroughs. I have a free energy clearing in the description below. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. I look forward to next time, and peace.